Hey, hey, Sagittarius, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your October 2024 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right. I keep wanting to call you Scorpio, Sag. So some of you may have Scorpio in your chart. Maybe you're a cusper, or Scorpio season, which is at the end of October, could be significant for you. Now, look at that. Bottom of the deck, we have the Judgment. And in this bonus reading, we're going to take a look at advice from your future self. So I am picking up on a lot of you making some sort of call, or there is a judgment call being made here for you. And I feel like there's no going back. It's like once this decision is made, there's no going back to a past way of doing things or a past relationship, a past energy. That's what the Judgment is all about here, is the call, right? It's the call. And this is a spiritual rebirth, which is also Scorpio energy. So again, that may be why I was picking that up, because we haven't even started shuffling your cards yet and getting you some tarot out here, and that's showing up big. Now you do have bold energy coming in. It says stand in your power. Your time to shine is now. It has to start with you. And look at, we have the Strength at the bottom of the deck, which does represent courage, right? And power and boldness. Now is the time to take your life in your own hands and be who you are ready to step into. Who is the person you want to be? Show up as him or her right now. Okay, how does the person that you want to be show up in your life, right? Create a vision board, journal, Sag. Talk to someone, tell someone about these dreams, but I'm also getting, not only are you writing them down, not only are you intellectualizing them, creating them, thinking of them, then you're taking action. Because that's part of manifestation, is we have a seed planted and we feel that seed, right? What does that feel like to us? And then that feeling motivates us into taking action. And I see you following the steps of manifesting something quite profound. When you, what step can you take today to feel closer to your goal or dream? Cross one of those items off your bucket list. Build momentum by taking baby steps, crossing one thing off at a time. What are you going to commit to, and what are you going to stay consistent to? Because the more you stay consistent in this energy, the more you'll build confidence about your path moving forward. And the devil has been showing up for a lot of signs. And the devil is showing up here in the position here of spend more time on releasing attachments. Spend more time on releasing attachments, because it's showing up here for a reason. And I feel like sometimes we tend to just shoo things off, or we say, we're not really attached to that, but that's what's holding us back. So if something is holding you back here, which it looks like there's something here, you have double fours. Double fours showing up. This is your present self. This is your future self. So you're in the same energy, but your mindset is changing. That of boredom or lack of inspiration, or if you felt like the past was delaying your gratification, this is an emotional turning point that's coming in for you. Four of Swords is saying, I'm not going to obsess about this anymore. And that's what the devil is reminding you, not to obsess. Okay, and you just had a card that wanted to come out. Haha, Five of Wands. You're safe. Your future self wants you to know that you are safe, because the unknown is a scary place. That is one of the biggest fears that we have as humans, is embracing the unknown, which is why you're here watching tarot. We want to know. It's probably why you were captivated to click on the video, because of the title, right? We want to know what the future brings in. We want to be able to predict that things are going to feel more balanced for us, that things are going to feel easier. but I also see you doing the work to create more simplicity or ease. And that's what we are here today to help you. That's why your future self is saying, we're bringing this in for you. Four of Swords is about healing. It's about not feeling like you have to be in a state of fear because your safety is jeopardized in some way, or it feels like you don't trust the outcome because things are too scary. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You're going to want to stay tuned to the end here. Bottom of the deck, the Magician, the Mad Hatter. Sagittarius, you're manifesting here. Every moment we are constantly manifesting from a place of sometimes fear. We do manifest from a place of fear, but we manifest from a place of love too. And I see you taking big, bold action towards some of your dreams that, yes, are scary. Yes, you're not sure how it's going to turn out. Breathe, inhale through your nose and bring your breath to your lowest part of your stomach. Some of you could benefit at this time from breath work. Okay, breath work and practicing this mantra over and over. I am safe and loved. I am safe and loved. Now, starting off here, your present self feels a little bit of emotional stagnation. Maybe you're not feeling inspired. Perhaps you are still lost in some emotional disappointment of the past. Maybe you're feeling frustrated that things have been very stagnant for you. Maybe you've been self-absorbed in your own world, in your own feelings or emotions of sorrow or depression. And I feel like that's what's coming in as a turning point here for you, Sagittarius. And yes, there may be a period of time that you've gone through, or maybe that you have to go through in order to fully heal something within yourself, deep within yourself. This could be emotional, it could be spiritual, it could be physical as well. Some of you have gone through some physical symptoms of some emotional imbalances here. But your future self says, I got you. I got you. I'll never leave your side. You will be able to rest. Rest assured is kind of what I'm hearing. Rest assured. You will be able to lean back and live with more vigilance than hypervigilance, meaning you're not going to have to feel like you're walking on pins and needles, or you're fearing worst case scenario, or you feel like you're never going to get out of this depressive energy. You are healing it here. And it looks like time has been a factor. You see the two timing clock watches at the top. But the good news is, with the Four of Swords, he's able to close his eyes and he's able to lean against that tree and just catch a nap, catch a rest, catch a break. And that's what your future self wants you to know, is things are going to look up for you. There's going to be a turning point when it comes to your emotions, because your thoughts are huge here. And I do see with the outcome, you've struggled with your thoughts. You've struggled with the mind. And some of you, even though you may have done the affirmations, you may have done the spiritual work, it feels like there has been a little bit of battle going on, battle of egos, or battle of the head and the heart even. Now, the current situation may have to do with a partnership. You have Tweedledum and Tweedledoo here with the Two of Cups. This could be a best friend. This could be a partner in your life. It could be a sibling. It could be a parent, a child. It could even be the divine masculine and feminine within oneself. But this is an important partnership. And I feel like some of you are either separated in energy, separated in timing and space, in location and distance. But you're wanting to bring something here magical together. And I feel with this Two of Cups, perhaps there's been a long time of you just feeling bored. Maybe some of you have been married to someone for a long time, right? And if you've been single for a long time, as well, I feel like you've been wanting to attract this, but you've been in some sort of stagnancy. And the current situation, question, or struggle does have to do with partnership or their lack of. Now, what do we need to spend less time on? Taking care of everyone else's needs, but your own. The King of Cups here. Now, when the King of Cups is feeling good and feeling fulfilled and happy, he can be in a great spot. He's someone who's very loving, very supportive, very emotionally intelligent. Sagittarius, this individual is compassionate. But I also feel here we need to be less indulgent. Okay, less indulgent. So sometimes we eat our emotions. We numb our emotions. He can be an excessive drinker or gamer or whatever he needs to do sometimes to self-soothe or self-medicate. And I feel like Spirit is saying spend less time on medicating in some way and spend more time on allowing yourself to get in touch with your emotions. Now, what do we need to spend more time on? The Devil. Now, how interesting that these two are showing up in the positions that they are. We would think it's the opposite, right? But in a way, it is the opposite. Because what we need to spend less time on is indulging in other people's happiness, or over giving, over compensating, or even sometimes this can be being cold, being shut off to others. King of Cups, typically, he's a lover, but when he's not feeling it, when he's feeling stagnant or he doesn't have this energy to dish out, to love another, he can become cold. He can become distant. He can become untrustworthy even with his self, with his emotions. And that's why he numbs them. He tries to get away from them. And the Devil is letting you know what needs to be addressed here. What needs to be addressed within yourself or within a partnership or a dynamic in your own life. Because there's a mirror being held up here, Sagittarius. Something is being reflected back to you. And if you do not like it, because it could be positive, it could be negative, there is an opportune moment with that Judgment card. There's an opportune moment to make a call here. And I feel like this is significant. This could change and alter your world as you know it. And you're safe. You are supported here. Trust in this direction. And I feel like, yes, you're meant to where you are right where you are meant to be. And you're meant to come up to that Jabberwocky, right? That dragon. And I feel like there is a rebirth. There's a second chance. There's a forward movement momentum. Some of you, you're with or are calling in or attracting a past life soulmate. I feel that here with the Two of Cups and that Judgment card. That can be a past life soulmate. Maybe that you need to take bold action towards releasing, towards embracing, whatever it is that you're going through. It's being addressed here with the Devil for a reason. What do we need to let go of? Going back to that Five of Swords. Six of Swords showing up here in reverse as we're circling back around. So I am getting here for you, Sagittarius, and I apologize if I have called you Scorpio. I feel like I've said Scorpio. Maybe it's because Scorpio season is going to be significant again and that Judgment energy. But when we go back into the Five of Swords, the very thing that we're trying to escape from, we haven't learned a lesson. We haven't completely completed or finalized something that we needed to learn here. And this is someone maybe taking advantage, or you allowing others to steal energy in your space, or to steal, live rent free in your mind, basically. The Five of Swords can be selfish. It can be angry. It can be bullying, manipulation, a win at all costs. It can be deep resentments and hurts. Maybe there needs to be an apology here. Maybe there needs to be forgiveness. Maybe it's working on forgiving yourself. Because what you are letting go of is that Five of Swords. The battle of the egos, victory through dominance or control. But that always comes at a cost. It always comes with a sacrifice. And I feel here that if you choose to embrace the Six of Swords, which I feel like you will, because it's showing up here for you to let go of, the Six of Swords is moving on. But you're resisting change because you may be fearing and clinging to the old ways of doing things. That's where you're at with the Four of Cups. But you have this opportunity to do something different this time around, Sagittarius. And give yourself credit for how far you've come, and give yourself credit for how you handle conflict now. It feels like you deal with conflict in a different way than you have in the past. Maybe some of you, that's part of the Five of Swords, is knowing what to fight for, when to fight for it, when to walk away. And I have a feeling here with this energy, right? What to give yourself credit for is recognizing that you don't want to be a part of the crowd or the energy or the criticism or the gossip or the adversity. You don't want to be a part of the drama. Therefore, how you are responding to drama is different. And that's what your future self wants you to know, is if you respond differently this time around, you're going to get a different outcome. But if you deal with this drama that's going on within you or around you, if you deal with it in the same ways that you've always dealt with it, nothing's going to change. But because that Judgment card is so heavily involved in your reading, even though it's not out here, it's showing up at the bottom of the deck, right? It's something that's deep, bubbling up from a soul level that's saying, you want change. Your soul wants change, but you have to be aware of what this is. That's why the Devil is showing up here for you, Sag. And the Five of Wands is saying, you're dealing with conflict and challenges in ways that you never have before. And it does feel like you're not numb to them. You're feeling it. Some of you, this King of Cups is feeling everything. And you're like, Mel, I don't want to feel anymore. I feel too much, right? I feel too much. I just want to shut off that faucet for a bit. And that's where you're going. That's where the Four of Swords comes in and says, we got you. Right? We got you. You're going to find mental and emotional balance again. I promise. Now, what is the outcome? You had 3 cards that came up with the outcome. You have 3 cards. There's that Five of Swords. In order to come out of this on the other side, you have to go back through it. Okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's why the Six of Swords is in reverse, looking at the Devil here. In order to get out of something, you have to go through it. That's the only way. And I see here your outcome. We just talked about that, the Five of Swords, right? Knowing when to fight, when to walk away, but also needing to face some sort of fear, needing to face some sort of Five of Swords energy within you head on, because it's going to shift and shape your belief system forever. And some of you, it may challenge what you've learned. It may challenge the status quo of what you've always done. But like I said, if you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. And this time it's not going to be different unless you change it. And I see you changing it with the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant is our church. It's our belief system. It's what we've been conditioned to believe. It can be our higher power. It can be the energy around marriage, commitments, society, teachers, mentors, traditions. But what I see you doing is shedding some sort of limiting belief and you really tapping into the wisdom of your knowing, the wisdom of your intuition here. That's why you're coming face to face with that Judgment, because the Judgment is the call. That is a spiritual rebirth. You've gone through a lot, but life is offering you a second chance to live. A second chance to live. And what is your outcome? The 10 of Cups. This is the ultimate blessing. The ultimate blessing. This can be happiness, family, soul tribe, community. This is not feeling like you have to walk this earth plane alone. It's feeling your spiritual tribe, your physical tribe, calling them in. It can be feeling support and feeling like you're not by yourself here, and that you have the courage represented by the lion, that you have the brains of the scarecrow, that you have the heart of the Tin Man, and that you have the magic that Dorothy holds within her. And you have all of those pieces within yourself, right? All of these energies represent a part of her. And I feel here for you, Sagittarius, you're remembering your power. You're remembering that you can have emotional fulfillment. Even if there has been a disconnect from loved ones, even if you've gone through death, divorce, loss, that doesn't have to be the story that you live out for the rest of your life, that you have to go this route alone. Or if this is your career, that you can retire and feel happy and abundant and love what you've done and the life that you've created for yourself, right? The 10 of Cups is also about reflecting on relationships. This is work that brings you joy, relationships that bring you joy, and a feeling of content, a feeling of joy, and avoiding drama by not continuing to allow something to play out means that you break the pattern. That means that your energy, your soul came here to break some cycle, and you're doing it. And I feel like you are fulfilling a mission that you came here to achieve. And yes, there's been a lot of stormy clouds, but you see that rainbow in the background here. So I don't feel like your story is over. I don't feel like you have to stay in some sort of confinement of the 5 of Swords, because the 5 of Swords is heavy. It is heavy. No one likes to be in the 5 of Swords. It has us feeling very low vibrational, right? It has us feeling like we are separated from Source, separated from our fellow humans, separated just in a way that doesn't feel good, because mentally it can mess with you, and it can cause you to emotionally get in this 4 of Cups. And I feel for some of you, there has been manipulation that got in your head. There's been some conditioning or some beliefs with the Hierophant. Something got in your head here. And I do have a feeling that there's someone very significant in your energy that is a lifelong partner, that is a lifelong best friend, or someone that has your back through thick and thin. And if you haven't attracted this person yet, you will. You will. Now, your final message here is soul yes. They're saying take the bottom 3. Okay, we're taking the 3 here. Oh, wow. You have soul yes, you have freedom, and you have human connection and belonging. Some of you need some physical touch. Physical touch could be your love language. Touch is a basic human need for survival. Infants need human touch just to survive. Safe touch lowers blood pressure. Some of you, blood pressure is something to look into, or that you may have suffered with. It boosts the immune system. Some of you may have had immune compromised issues, and decreases stress. Some of you have had a lot of anxiety, a lot of stressors in your life, and it boosts the feel-good endorphin hormones. Schedule a massage, share a hug, hold a loved one's hand, or give yourself a foot, hand, or neck massage. This can be hugging your children, hugging your friends, right? It could be a handshake. It could be petting your animals. There is this message here around touch that I feel is so significant for you at this time, Sagittarius. Don't be afraid to embrace. Now, some of you, that may be something that is, maybe you're not a hugger. Maybe your family didn't hug. Maybe they didn't say, I love you. They didn't share emotions of some sort. Your mantra, I feel connected to myself when I allow myself to receive healthy touch and connection. And I'm also getting for some of you in a dynamic, because safety is an issue that's aligned with the sacral chakra and the the root and the sacral. Maybe someone has issues with pleasure, issues with intimacy, issues with connecting and bonding with another. Maybe there's a lack of touch here. Maybe some of you were shamed or it was taboo to talk about sexuality. Okay? You're free. You have freedom here. What does the feeling of freedom feel like to you? What does it look like? Because you are going to free yourself. That's why the devil is showing up with the Six of Swords. Ask yourself, where in your life do you want to feel more freedom? Where are you currently feeling free in your life? What do you need to let go of? And what do you want more of? Some of you may be dealing with the King of Cups in your life. Even though this is, this could be someone, I'm just going to say this because it says spend less time on in this position. Some of you are dealing with a King of Cups who, yes, there may be a lot of love there, but I feel like this King of Cups overindulges in their own pleasure. Someone could have some addictions that have to do with pleasure. Okay, someone may feel very cold. They may be love bombing or hot and cold with their energy. Spend less time on that or make a judgment call regarding this. Okay, this could also be someone's father. And even if your father is no longer here, if your father is, maybe yours and your relationship with your father is different than it was a long time ago, I do feel like this King of Cups has impacted you in some way. And spend less time on focusing on the drama or the indulgences. I mean, this King of Cups, he can be an alcoholic. Okay, he can be an alcoholic. Some of you may have that you grew up with, or someone in your life maybe smokes a lot, or they do something that's just over the top. And I feel like if this is a part of yourself or a part of another person, it needs to be addressed because it's impacting everything here. And you're freeing yourself from it. You're freeing yourself from it, maybe through having a conversation or, by making a judgment call here, whatever it may be. What do you want more of? What do you need to let go of? Today, you're going to set yourself free. Set yourself free. I let go of what no longer serves me and you move in the direction that you want. Because why? Because you are the creator of your life. Sagittarius, you are the magician. And lastly, it says soul, yes. When we say yes to everything, we run ourselves empty. People pleaser, that can be the King of Cups, taking care of everyone but himself. When you say yes to something, make it a soul yes. Begin to develop a practice of saying yes to the life that feels amazing to you. You will begin to build up confidence and self-empowerment. This means you will also need to say no to the things that are no longer aligned with you. And that can be hard if you're a people pleaser. It can be hard if you feel like you owe it to maybe this King of Cups. Let go of the guilt and say no when it feels like a no. This is a complete sentence. Your mantra, I have boundaries and only say yes when it feels like a soul yes. You're kicking butt and taking names here, Sag. And I feel like, yes, there's been a little bit of stagnancy. Yes, there's been a lack of flow, lack of inspiration, but it's through those times that we really allow ourselves to assess and reevaluate and fully heal. And that's what your future self wants you to know, that you are healing. You are and will recover. Some of you may be in some sort of recovery, okay? Recovery, if you have a surgery, if you have some sort of surgery plans, I feel like that will go well, okay? That will go well. There may be a minor complication, and I'm getting minor. It's not a huge explosion, but something minor that will be addressed. Make sure you get this looked at, but then I feel like the rest of the healing will go smooth. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. And if I called you any other name, such as Capricorn or Scorpio, it's out here on the board. Some of you may be dealing with a Cap or a Scorpio. You may have those placements in your chart, or those seasons are significant, which, hello, Scorpio, then Sag, then Cap, right? So it could even be between now, October, and January, that these changes really take precedence in your life in a big, profound way. Because I have a feeling you're not stepping into 2025 with any of this past baggage that you've dealt with in the past or currently are dealing with. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm sending you all lots of love and light. Till next time.